Hi everyone, I hope you're having a good night and you're enjoying your life. But you know who's not having a good night and not enjoying their life? Yes, all these people that is being part of the genocide in Gaza. Yes, you hear me well, the genocide in Gaza that is committed by Israel. So let's suppose that we understand how important it is to talk about this and we take part and we show sympathization with the victims and we show a minimum of humanity to those people who are living one of the worst moments. I think that the worst genocide that is being part because we are watching it 24/7 in live stream with news every day with pictures and we are doing nothing. So let's suppose that we stop buying to the companies who support Israel and financial this genocide, like Postobon, Coca-Cola, Amazon, Spotify, Nike, Starbucks, Domino's Pizza, and we take their financials. And then we make noise by social media, in public, with manifestations that we're not agree with this genocide. And we make that the governments stops this genocide with international law and we stop this and we condemn Israel of committing a genocide as we do with Russia for invading Ukraine. But I don't see anyone talking about stop buying in Starbucks, Domino's, and all those companies. And I don't see any government doing anything. Other other part, I see other governments supporting more this genocide. How I say this is a imaginary situation, is a supposition. Now the real is this one. Imagine your one morning on your life, on your perfect life, your normal life, with your friends, talking about whatever, and suddenly a bomb next to your school explodes. Yes. How you feel? What would be your reaction? I don't know, feeling fear, confusion, run, cry, come on, I don't know. Yes, this is the situation that a lot of people in Gaza is actually living. But worse, they don't even have their mom because they've been murdered, or they don't have fun because their energy is cut off by Israel, or even worse, you don't have anyone near for you. Everyone you know is being murdered by Gaza. This is a situation that mostly affects children, pregnant women, and innocent people. Because this is not a war against Hamas. This is a genocide against all the Palestinians. And we are doing nothing. We are living a live streaming genocide 24/7 and nobody's doing anything. So we must do something because we don't know if this will repeat nearer than you think. We see it. We must see it one day. We don't know if the genocide in 1 year is against Colombians, Venezuelans, Cubans, Republicans. We don't know. This is a proof for humanity. But let's stop the part of the reality and let's go with the history part to understand why this conflict, where it comes from, and how to stop it. So, first of all, we have to go back in history until the final or the end of the Second World War. That is the creation of the ONU, the United Nations. Yes, these United Nations creates a Jewish government or Jewish part of the world because a movement of Jews start saying we want a place for us because in the Second World War the genocide was against them. 7 million of Jews were murdered and genocide by the Alemania Nazi, by Hitler. Yes. But the problem is that the United Kingdom leave the territory of Palestine free. Like there's no government, there's nothing. We live and do whatever you want there. All the territory that is now Israel and Gaza were part in 1947 of Israel of Palestine. But the ONU says, no, 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 let's do this. 55% of the territory goes to Israel or the Jews, and the rest, that is the 45%, goes to the Palestinians. That's for me, it's unfair because for the 100% that was yours for Palestinians, you just have less than a half of your territory. With the pass of the years, the Jewish people and Israel start occupying are and making a displacement for the Palestinians, making them to reducing now on a little place of 600 kilometers quadrants. And yes, the Palestinians say this problem in their territory, international way, and make complaints and sue Israel, but no one is doing nothing, and they start defending themselves because a part of move them move them from their own territory, they start killing them. This is a conflict that have years and years of history, but from the moment who Israel start killing the Palestinians start to react, and they create some guerrillas that are called Hamas, that's the more famous, for defend themselves. Now, with the history of this, we have the start of the genocide that we're live stream seeing today. 2 years ago, after an attack of Hamas that killed almost in a concert 100 Israelis, the Israel government take and launch a massive military offensive, not only against Hamas, against all the Palestinian people or all the Palestinian population. More than 400,000 Palestinians have been killed. Hospitals, homes, schools, refugees of centers, of humanitarian centers have been bombed and exterminated. They don't exist. There's not one house or one hospital in Gaza that is still functioning as it do 3 years ago. Apart of this, they cut off all the minimum that we have for living. They cut off water, electricity, food, medicine. They're dying for hungry. They're being dying for hungry. They don't have food. They don't have water. They don't have anything there. They are being murdered this way. So what we can do? We can educate ourselves. We can we can start a boycott against the company that supports Israel. We can donate humanitarian or organizations that help Gaza, and we can raise our voice in social media, manifestation on wherever you want it or wherever you see it good, but don't stay in silence because staying silence is being part of the problem. In conclusion, we are being part and we are witnessing a genocide in real time, and history will judge that not only those who committed this genocide will be locked away, who the ones who also be in silence. Because you say, oh, it's so far from Colombia, you see, and that is not so true because the bombs that are being in Gaza, exploded in Gaza. They are being exploded in the Caribbean, so near from Colombia, even in Colombian territory, near from Bogota. So the same bombs who are killing people are being launched by the same people and the same government. So we have to take part because we don't know when one of those bombs will be in our building or in our school or in a hospital near than we think. So the ones who don't know the history are condemned to repeat it. Thank you.